Hello my friends. Lesson 12. Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California. From the very beginning, his life was full of creativity. His father, George DiCaprio, was an underground comic book artist and distributor. His mother, Ermeline, worked as a legal secretary. Both parents supported art, books, and imagination. Even though they didn't have a lot of money, they always encouraged Leonardo to explore the world and express himself. Leonardo's parents separated shortly after he was born, but they stayed close and raised him with care. He lived mostly with his mother, and they moved between small apartments in Los Angeles. These neighborhoods were not luxurious. Leonardo later said that he saw crime, poverty, and street violence while growing up. This difficult environment shaped him. It helped him understand human emotions and real-life struggles, something that later made him such a powerful actor. Even as a child, Leonardo had high energy and a strong desire to perform. He loved making people laugh, telling stories, and pretending to be different characters. His mother noticed this natural talent. One day, when Leonardo was just a toddler, she saw him dancing and smiling at the television. At that moment she felt he might be meant for the screen. This support became very important in his future career. Leonardo started acting very early. He first appeared in commercials when he was around 5 years old. At first, it was difficult. Casting directors often rejected him. Some said his face was too unusual, others said he didn't look like a typical child actor. But Leonardo didn't give up. His mother encouraged him to keep trying, and he slowly began to get small roles. One of his early breaks came with educational TV shows. He appeared in Romper Room, although he was reportedly removed for being too disruptive, which shows how energetic he was. Later, he acted in small roles in series like The New Lassie and Growing Pains. These early shows taught him discipline, patience, and teamwork. Even while working in television, Leonardo had bigger ambitions. He wanted to act in films. He trained, practiced his expressions, studied scenes, and learned from older actors. People around him started to notice that he was not an ordinary child actor. He wanted depth, emotion, and meaning in every role. Leonardo's first major film breakthrough came in 1993 when he was only 19 years old. He was cast in This Boy's Life, acting alongside Robert De Niro. For a young actor, this was a huge moment. De Niro was already a legendary figure, and acting next to him was both exciting and intimidating. But Leonardo impressed everyone with his maturity and skill. He received strong reviews and the attention of Hollywood directors. In the same year, Leonardo starred in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, playing a boy with an intellectual disability. This role changed everything. His performance was so powerful, emotional, and realistic that many people thought the film had cast a real disabled boy. Leonardo earned his first Academy Award nomination. He was only 19, but the world already saw him as a serious, gifted actor. Despite his success, Leonardo was determined not to become a teen idol who plays simple romantic roles. He wanted challenging characters and dramatic stories. Throughout the early and mid-1990s, he acted in films such as The Basketball Diaries and Total Eclipse, each showing his bold choices and emotional intensity. By the late 1990s, Leonardo DiCaprio was already respected in Hollywood, but his life was about to change forever. In 1997, he took the lead role of Jack Dawson in James Cameron's Titanic. At first, Leonardo didn't even want to audition. He preferred serious, complex characters, and he thought Titanic was too romantic. But after reading the script and meeting Cameron, he agreed to take the part, and it became the most important decision of his early career. When Titanic was released, it became one of the biggest films in cinema history. It broke box office records, won 11 Oscars, and turned Leonardo into a global superstar. Millions of people around the world fell in love with his character, the brave, kind, artistic Jack Dawson. His face appeared on magazines, posters, and TV everywhere. Fans followed him in public, screamed his name, and treated him like one of the world's most famous celebrities. But the sudden fame was overwhelming. Leonardo later said that he felt uncomfortable with the teen heartthrob label. He feared that people would not take him seriously as an actor anymore. Instead of enjoying the attention, he became more selective, careful, and focused. He wanted to prove that he was more than just a romantic star. After Titanic, Leonardo took a short break from acting to distance himself from the media frenzy. But when he returned, he chose films that were darker, deeper, and more challenging. One of his biggest career turning points came when he met director Martin Scorsese. Their first collaboration was Gangs of New York, 2002. Scorsese saw talent, discipline, and intelligence in Leonardo, and the two formed one of the most famous actor-director partnerships in modern cinema. Together, they created a series of unforgettable films. In The Aviator, 2004, Leonardo played Howard Hughes, the brilliant but mentally unstable aviation pioneer. To prepare, he studied obsessive-compulsive disorder in detail and worked with medical specialists. His performance earned him a Golden Globe Award and another Academy Award nomination. Many critics said this was the moment he officially transformed from a young star into a mature, powerful actor. Their next films, The Departed, 2006, and Shutter Island, 2010, pushed Leonardo even further. In The Departed, he played an undercover cop living in constant fear, and his performance was intense and emotional. The film won the Oscar for Best Picture. In Shutter Island, he played a man struggling with trauma and delusion. This role was emotionally exhausting for Leonardo, and he later said that filming it affected him deeply. Leonardo's career reached another peak in 2010 with Inception, directed by Christopher Nolan. The movie was a worldwide hit and became a cultural phenomenon. It showed Leonardo in a complex role that required both emotional depth and intellectual performance. The success of Inception proved that he could lead blockbuster films that also had deep meaning and creativity. Despite his fame, Leonardo remained known for his discipline, preparation, and seriousness. He was not the kind of celebrity who relied on scandals or publicity. Instead, he focused on his craft, choosing films that challenged him and allowed him to grow. Another major moment came in 2013 with The Wolf of Wall Street, another collaboration with Scorsese. Leonardo played Jordan Belfort, a corrupt and charismatic stockbroker. The role required extreme emotional range, humor, chaos, energy, and darkness. The film became iconic, and Leonardo won another Golden Globe. Many fans consider this performance one of his best. Yet, despite decades of nominations, Leonardo still had not won an Oscar. This became a worldwide meme on the internet. People joked about it, created funny videos, and waited for the moment he would finally win. That moment came in 2016. Leonardo's role in The Revenant was one of the hardest performances of his life. He filmed in freezing conditions, slept inside animal carcasses, ate raw bison liver, and pushed his physical limits. The film was intense and demanding. But the effort paid off. Leonardo won the Academy Award for Best Actor. When he walked on stage, the entire world celebrated with him. His Oscar win was not just a career milestone. It was a symbol of his dedication, discipline, and passion for storytelling. After winning his long-awaited Oscar, Leonardo DiCaprio continued to build his career with the same seriousness and passion. But by this time, acting was not his only mission. Over the years, Leonardo had grown into one of the world's most famous environmental activists. He used his influence, money, and global platform to raise awareness about climate change, endangered species, ocean pollution, and the destruction of natural habitats. Leonardo's interest in the environment didn't appear suddenly. He had cared about nature since he was a child. In interviews, he said that as a young boy he loved animals and felt worried about the planet. In 1998, during the early years of his fame, he created the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. It started as a simple project to support wildlife conservation but soon grew into a major international organization. Through his foundation, Leonardo supported more than 200 environmental projects. These included protecting tigers in Asia, restoring forests, helping indigenous communities defend their lands, and supporting scientific research on climate change. He also donated tens of millions of dollars to environmental causes. His activism earned him awards and global recognition, and he even spoke at the United Nations several times. One of his biggest environmental achievements came in 2016, the same year he won the Oscar. Leonardo produced and narrated a documentary called Before the Flood. The film showed the reality of climate change and explained why immediate action is needed. It became one of the most widely viewed environmental documentaries in history. Leonardo later produced more documentaries, including Ice on Fire and Sea of Shadows. Even with his activism, Leonardo never stopped acting entirely. However, he began choosing fewer roles, often one film every few years, focusing only on high-quality projects. In 2019, he starred in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Leonardo played Rick Dalton, an aging TV actor facing the end of his career. The film was both funny and emotional, and Leonardo's performance showed his ability to combine comedy, drama, and subtle character work. He earned another Oscar nomination. Working with Brad Pitt in the film also created a memorable acting duo. Audiences loved their chemistry and natural interaction. The movie was a global success and reminded viewers that Leonardo remained one of the most talented actors of his generation. In 2021, DiCaprio appeared in the satirical film Don't Look Up, alongside Jennifer Lawrence and Meryl. The movie used humor to criticize society's reaction to scientific warnings, a perfect fit for Leonardo's environmental concerns. His character, Dr. Randall Mindy, was a shy astronomer who becomes famous after discovering a comet heading toward Earth. The film sparked huge discussions online and reached millions of viewers on streaming platforms. Throughout his career, Leonardo has been praised for his ability to completely transform into his characters. He studies their behavior, psychology, and emotional state. He often works with acting coaches, reads books, and researches the real people he portrays. Many directors describe him as fearless, dedicated, and always prepared. Despite being a global star for decades, Leonardo keeps his personal life private. He rarely discusses relationships, avoids social media controversies, and maintains a calm lifestyle. Friends say he is loyal, humorous, intelligent, and focused. He spends a lot of time with his small group of close friends, some of whom he has known since childhood. Another important part of his life is philanthropy. In addition to environmental work, Leonardo has supported humanitarian causes, disaster relief efforts, and educational programs. He donated to victims of hurricanes, bushfires, earthquakes, and global crises. His concern for the planet also includes concern for the people living on it. In recent years, Leonardo has expanded into producing. His company, Appian Way, has produced films such as The Aviator, Shutter Island, The Revenant, and Don't Look Up. Producing allows him to influence storytelling behind the scenes and support projects that share his values. Today, Leonardo DiCaprio is not only an actor. He is a cultural icon. His films shaped generations, his environmental work inspires millions, and his dedication to improvement shows that success is built on hard work and passion. From the boy who grew up in a tough Los Angeles neighborhood to one of the most respected performers in the world, Leonardo's story remains a powerful example of talent and determination. As Leonardo DiCaprio entered his late 40s, his influence in Hollywood remained incredibly strong. Many actors experience a decline in their careers as they age, but Leonardo continued to grow, evolve, and surprise audiences. One reason for his long-lasting success is his ability to adapt. He never allowed himself to be limited to one type of role. Instead, he constantly searched for new challenges. Another factor behind his success is his long-term collaboration with legendary directors. Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, Adam McKay, and Alejandro G. Iñárritu all trusted Leonardo with complex roles. These directors praised his curiosity, emotional intelligence, and ability to push the boundaries of acting. Scorsese once said that Leonardo reminds him of the great actors of the past, fearless, disciplined, and always ready to explore human nature. In 2023, Leonardo starred in Killers of the Flower Moon, once again directed by Martin Scorsese. The story is based on true events and focuses on the tragic murders of the Osage Native American people in the 1920s. Leonardo played Ernest Burkhart, a man trapped between love, violence, manipulation, and guilt. The role demanded subtlety, emotional depth, and psychological complexity. It became one of the most challenging performances of his career. Critics praised Leonardo for his ability to express fear, confusion, and moral conflict without exaggeration. The film became a major cultural event, and audiences were reminded once again why Leonardo is considered one of the greatest actors of his generation. Even with this level of success, Leonardo continues to prepare for every role with extraordinary dedication. Those who work with him often say that he studies scripts like a researcher and rehearses like an athlete. He tries different emotional approaches, studies historical context, and always seeks authenticity. His attention to detail is one of the reasons his characters feel so real and unforgettable. While Leonardo is known for dramatic performances, he has also proven his ability to act in lighter, humorous roles. His comedic scenes in The Wolf of Wall Street became iconic because of his perfect timing and physical acting. This range, from emotional drama to chaotic comedy, makes him one of the most versatile actors in modern cinema. Despite his achievements, Leonardo has remained grounded. Fame, wealth, and awards did not change his priorities. He still values privacy and rarely shares personal information. When he appears in public, it is often related to film premieres, environmental events, or charity work. This balance between career and personal stability helps maintain his long-term success. Leonardo's social impact extends far beyond movies. His environmental activism continues to be a central part of his life. He attends climate conferences, supports environmental scientists, funds clean energy projects, and speaks to world leaders about the urgency of environmental protection. His speeches at the United Nations have been broadcast around the world, inspiring young people to care for the planet. Because of his activism, Leonardo received several prestigious awards, including the United Nations Messenger of Peace title. This honor is given to individuals who use their platform to promote positive global change. Leonardo's work demonstrates that fame can be used not only for entertainment, but also for meaningful social impact. Another area in which Leonardo has invested energy is ocean conservation. He supports programs aimed at reducing plastic pollution, protecting coral reefs, and saving endangered marine species. The ocean is especially important to him, and he believes that saving it is essential for the future of humanity. In addition to his environmental work, Leonardo also supports educational programs and emerging filmmakers. Through his production company, he helps bring important stories to the screen. Many young actors say they dream of working with him because he is not only talented but also respectful, supportive, and thoughtful on set. Leonardo often says that the purpose of art, including cinema, is to help people feel empathy. He believes that storytelling can change minds, inspire action, and make the world a better place. This belief guides many of his career choices. As of today, Leonardo remains one of the most influential figures in Hollywood. His films are studied in acting schools, his activism inspires millions, and his career continues to develop in fascinating ways. Whether he is playing a troubled genius, a historical figure, a criminal, or an everyday man facing emotional struggles, Leonardo brings honesty and intensity to every performance.